into the approach we feel that we can be useful to here in Northwest Iowa, providing others to live better lives, save their lives. We praise you for every soul here today, and that we could all be together. And we ask, praise you for all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Well, we all know that Helen's at Young Ryla.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dahl is at Oshkosh.
Yeah.
Called him last night yesterday. Hell fun out there.
So, secretary's report from last week. You have to bear with me, Leonard. I'm new at this stuff.
All right.
No time like the present to learn, though, right?
Treasurer's report carries over from a while, so
Okay.
I'll read that one again.
Okay.
Diane Staggy was here, was hoping she could, oh, sorry, she did not make it. We were hoping she would attend, but she didn't make it. Interact students were picked up on Sunday. Greg picked them up on Friday at noon. Helen will go to the counselor for Young Ryla for the 7th and 8th graders. Brags. Gold Scholarship. Excuse me. Katie is finished with her schooling. Her job is in District 6000 near the Ames area. She has $900 remaining on her scholarship account. The count will be done soon. Helen and Dr. Dahl got together to figure the profit of the food booth, and we had a net loss of $150.30. Food booth, the grass is not handicap accessible, which I did talk to the chamber, which I'll let you know that too. You can't get to the picnic tables with wheelchairs under them, and cannot get also where the teepee is. The bathrooms are not wheelchair accessible, so we talked about trails. So Helen is looking into getting a grant for Pocahontas for the handicap accessible trails. Dr. Dahl got the registration for the trailer we purchased from Dan Murphy. The trailer will be kept at Cliff and Mary's property. Cliff and Mary will give Dr. Dahl a key to their shed so he can have access when Cliff and Mary go to Florida during the winter. Somebody was supposed to be getting a spreadsheet for the donation of points, which can be donated to other members so they can get their Paul Harris Fellowship. And I can't remember if it was Dr. Dahl or Helen that was looking into that. There's now a spot on Rotary dues statements, which Rotarians can now add money to their dues to go toward the Paul Harris Fellowship. $1,000 in donations is what it takes for a Paul Harris Fellowship. Leonard is going to put the meeting on PocahontasRotary.org, and he also started Zoom. Mary, August 21st, can we be out of here by 1, so as they want to use the room by 1:30. Treasurer's Rotary was $5,430.29. Our can account was $1,986.37, and the scholarship was $900. And like I said, that's an old one because that's from like
Probably hasn't changed a
the
whole
end
lot.
of June. So
Probably hasn't changed a whole lot. So to follow up on some of those, did you get the trailer yet, Cliff? Which part? Okay. All right.
We changed the license plate. We did that already.
We haven't picked up Camzo yet, have we?
No, he said he's gonna start on the 1st of August.
Okay.
And it's too bad that it's set this one off because it is getting forward.
Are you having any trouble getting appointments to take them up there?
No.
No.
I called up. Ours is ready to go also.
To Cherokee, do you think yours is
I called Cherokee. They couldn't get me until August 13th.
Oh, so we probably better be grateful we got the
Things, they're in both hands over there and can't get rid of them. So, yeah, really getting through.
Yeah, she said the distributors pick up 3 times a week, but they go around and pick up on a daily basis. plus they bring in 2 or 3 trailers like what we would
Yeah.
a week. So
So they're saying they got a lot sitting there that
Well-
they can't get rid of yet.
they've closed a bunch of recycle places around. I mean, the places that take them. So they're getting
They're getting more, where
They're
they're
getting more
supposed
and more stuff.
a long ways away, yeah, so.
to, big semis coming in.
Really? Wow.
So far, they're okay. But if we keep closing down, we're gonna be in bad shape.
Is there any other alternative places around to
Yeah,
take
for
it?
a long way.
Really?
Sioux City. Omaha.
We were going to Lakeview, but they were the same way. It was gonna be a month before they could get us in.
Really?
And then every time we're out of bags, they charge us $90 for a box of bags.
Well,
This place up here, they just give them to us when you take your cans in. So
So far.
hopefully we haven't had any trouble getting appointments, but we haven't called for one recently.
No, it's getting ridiculous. I mean, you couldn't have to.
Could be,
Could have to haul 2 trailer loads in at a time.
it could be partly my fault that I digged around and didn't, I mean, we just sorted Saturday and, which puts us to about the limit of our storage. And so then I called up there and said, oh, you can get you until $15. But depends on who you talk to. If you talk to the gal, she puts you off for a long time, and then he called back, the guy that owns the place.
Oh, from Sioux Falls?
He called back and said, just bring them up next week. I mean, that was the last time.
We used the money to give it to Interact to pay for the fireworks. And we had,
And other things.
Other things.
yeah, did they carry off the fireworks?
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. So first let me do Friday, then I'll get to Saturday.
Oh,
Friday, I went down and picked up the Lila students. We had 2 from,
Yeah.
2 from Storm Lake and 2 from Pocahontas.
Mhm.
The Storm Lake people took them down last week and then we picked them up. We picked them up on Friday and went pretty smooth. I talked briefly with the girls, all girls, 4 girls, 2 from us. They all said, you know, a lot of them were kind of leery going down there because they didn't know what to expect, if they were going to be able to do it. But when they all came out and I talked to them, they all said it was fun, they had a good time, and that they, you know, learned a lot from it. So that's good that, you know, at least they got something out of it. Not, you know, it was a good thing.
We paid for a Riley student and a young Riley student, but I have no idea whether either of them went. I have no feedback, so I'm gonna have to get in touch with them.
Yep.
When there's nobody at the school, it's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they all had a good time and everything, and so I'm glad it worked out very nicely and everything went smooth.
It's excellent. Excellent training.
Saturday, Helen had to leave early for young Ryla, so I was in town anyway. I had stuff going on at the theater, plus I was working that night, so I went over. Went over to the field and talked to them around 2 o'clock. They wanted to shoot, so they were setting up. Everything was good. They wanted to shoot at 9:30. So I didn't know if that was right. So I talked to Helen and she said they're supposed to shoot right after the band is done. They had like so then I went over like about 8 o'clock to the band and it was posted 7:10 and it was like 20 people there. It was very slim. Then I went over back over to the guys, talked to them, told them to shoot at 10 o'clock. So they did.
I heard a lot of feedback about people in the city complaining because they shot them off so late. So I think when they do it.
Well,
they
the
should just
earliest
do
they
9 o'clock.
probably could have shot it off was 9:30-ish, maybe a little bit before that.
Yeah, that's the only feedback I got.
And that's what I thought, you know, might be better, 10, a little late, but it's a Saturday night. I'll check. I don't know. Nope, we're supposed to shoot it off after the band finishes. I said, okay. So that's what happened. So yes, they did get it going off.
You have to wait till it's dark, though. You can't be shooting them off in the daylight.
They could have done it at 9:30. Like I said, a half an hour, so I don't know what the big issue was. Yeah, everybody's gonna complain no matter what, so. Yeah, then somebody would have said, well, I thought it was gonna be later, and, you know, whatever. Yeah, so.
So very, very few people saw them firsthand.
No, probably not so.
There was a lot of people
Okay.
around that area. Well, you know, heck, there was probably 10 RVs parked, you know, in that area, plus all the people that were still at the expo center from the band and whatever else they were doing, so. I hope people got a chance to see them.
One of the
So-
big deals was, everybody was wondering, see, we shoot them off so close to the fair, to the county fair,
Yeah.
and all of the animals are there, and they thought, they didn't want to have a stampede or, you know, some animals be jumping the.
They said with the fans though and everything on.
You couldn't hear it anytime.
There was a lot of concern about it.
So,
I did hear, and I don't know if it was here or somewhere else, but somebody told me it was here, that the fans in the hog area, 3 of the hogs bit through the cord and electrocuted and killed 3 of them, and 1 was a prize pig. But I'm not sure if that was here. Somebody told me it was Pocahontas, but I never heard anything.
I never
from
heard anything
Pocahontas
about it.
So it must be a different fair that it happened at.
Helen wanted us to schedule a date for the RIVA students to give a report. Is that something we normally do?
I would just tell her to schedule them, because just schedule them to come in whenever it's convenient for them, I would say.
I mean, right, because, you know, they could come at any meeting. It doesn't really matter that we have to have a particular scheduled
Right.
day.
Then they get away once they get to school, open, so.
Yeah, they'll usually let them go over the noon hour for it.
And they don't have to be here for
That's
the
why
whole
I'm-
meeting. They just have to give, you know, a short thing about how it went, what they did, blah, blah, blah.
See, that's why we were hoping to get this Diane Steggy to become a member. She was the one that made the way for us to interview potential rhinos and all kinds of things like that. And she
Wow.
really worked and cooperated with Rotary. And she would get some students excused.
Were either one of your students interact with kids?
Both of them.
I thought one was and one wasn't. Were they both?
I think they both were.
That's where we draw ours from too.
Now, if we don't get 2 from the Interact, then we'll go to the school and say, hey, we got an opening here, you know? Because we like to send 2 to the write-up, at least that's what we have been doing.
It's a super program. You know, if along the way someplace one of those kids stays in town and remembers that and maybe become a Rotarian, it's just one more avenue to.
Yep, it's one more way to possibly get a future Rotarian. So we'll just say, we'll leave it up. We'll bring it up next week with Helen, that we rather have them set the date rather than us set a date for them to show up. It'd be a lot better if they could pick the date than us picking the date. All right. I I got two new pieces here. And I'll just read this to you. It's from a letter. I think you handed them a copy. It's a letter from Emily Tucker, who's the regional membership officer for Rotary. And it says, Dear Club President Helen and Club Secretary Lori. They even put you by name.
Yeah.
Greetings from Rotary. I hope the new Rotary year is off to a great start for you. My name is Emily Tucker, and I am the Regional Membership Officer, RMO, on staff at Rotary International, who works with your Rotary district, as well as 24 other districts in the U.S., Ontario, Canada, and Texas. To date, my support has been mostly focused on zone and district leaders. Beginning this month, July, the RMO team is testing a new program called the Club Outreach and Support Initiative, in which we offer more direct support to a group of identified clubs in the territories we support. The objective of this program is to see if this type of personalized staff support, along with great support you already see from district and zone leadership, is effective in helping a club strengthen its membership. As you look at ways to attract and engage members, I'm reaching out to see if your club, the Rotary Club of Pocahontas, might be interested in discussing participation in this program. If you're interested and selected to participate, you would receive support from me, your regional membership officer, recognition from Rotary International on your program achievements, and Rotary gift items as well. And here is bullets about the program. It starts this month. The projected end date is January of 2021. What type of support would my club receive? Utilizing membership reports to more effectively set goals and performance targets, implementing and analyzing club assessment member satisfaction surveys, assisting with club visioning exercises, providing support and guidance to your club membership committee, establishing or enhancing a formal new member orientation, offering guidance with the membership leads program and other recruitment tools, exploring club flexibility and alternate membership type options, training on updating membership data and goals on My Rotary and Rotary Club Central, enhancing club brand public image with people of action materials and assets, creating a strategic membership development plan, assistance with prospective and existing member event planning. Then the expectations of our club would be agree to participate in the program for 12 to 18 months, participate in club assessments, create a membership development plan, update membership data and goals in My Rotary and Rotary Club Central, work to enhance your club's online presence, monthly check-in phone conference calls with your RMO, timely responses to RMO communications, complete pre and post program surveys. If you are interested in discussing this, I'd like to set up a quick phone call with both or one of you as soon as possible. So that's the overview of the Club Outreach and Support Initiative, and Helen wanted me to have us talk about it to see if we were interested in participation. What do you think, Leonard?
Did we lose them?
Can't hear you, Leonard. Is your body
I got to
on?
unmute myself. Didn't want to cough in your ears. I don't know, sounds like a good idea. See what they can do to help us.
Okay. Anybody else have any input into it?
May
Oh, I was going to get to you in a minute.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, is our club too small to participate into this? I mean, because a lot of this stuff, we don't have a membership committee, we don't have a orientation because we're only a handful of people. But go ahead.
When you visit with Emily, you just have to tell her, this is what we have, this is what we're doing. Can you help us? Because she did a video for us in Kansas City here 2 weeks ago. she sent this video, and it was so good, explained everything that you could do. I mean, it was just awesome. And I've seen her in person. I saw her in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I've seen her in Chicago. And she's just, she's dynamic, and she knows her stuff, and she's got a personality that you can work with, and she'll help.
Okay.
I hope you guys will consider it, because it's meant specifically for clubs that struggle with membership.
Yeah, like ours.
Yeah, I mean, and Belle Plaine, I think they have 9 members. So that was the 2 clubs that.
Yeah, you said they sent 2 clubs, one to us and one to.
Belle Plaine. Yeah.
Where's Belle Plaine?
It's done by, well, if you go from Tama to Iowa City at an angle, it's
in that area.
It's in that area there.
So our district is pretty big.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize how big it is. But, well, that's interesting that they would send it to us and them.
Well, I think that between Michelle and I, we said, number one, you got a club that really, excuse my expression, gives a shit, but it's just a struggle to get members. I mean, we do this, we have the same problem in Rockville City. The only thing is, we have a pretty good core to begin with, but your guys' core is just smaller, and that's why I think that would be a whole hurt. I think that's why it'd be a great thing to at least listen to her sales pitch, as so to speak.
What I think is better come here for some tape up or something and we'll listen to it and see what we
Well, I guess it sounds like we are interested. And so Helen will probably take the lead on it.
can.
I can send her an email since everybody's kind of, maybe not. I can send her an email and ask her to come and visit with us.
That's the only way we can get going. I doubt we can push it any farther.
I'm definitely interested. If it would help, that'd be awesome. But I don't want to waste their time either, you know what I mean?
Well, it won't be a waste of time for her. That's what she's being paid for.
Okay.
And there's only two towns, so that's in Belle Plaine.
She's out of Evanston, Illinois.
Yeah, but she can drive over here and send us something. See what.
All right. So the other email I got, which you didn't get one. It was sent to Helen and Dr. Dahl. It's concerning the global grant. Do you know a Claire Fay? No, doesn't ring a bell. Really can't do much about it, but apparently they need the bank account information.
I would say that's probably a scam, personally. They're asking for a bank account number right off the
Not
bat.
bank account number. They want you to send. They want all the info, how much we paid her, etc., and what's left in the account. You can always email Claire back at rotary.org.
Are you talking about for Katie?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
talking about for Katie. Yeah. Apparently, they need to reconcile there.
It's Claire Fay or Kathy Fay?
Says Claire, claire.fay@rotary.org. Helen should have got it, copy too, and Dr. Dahl. And this Gina, they sent one to Gina too, and she forwarded this to me. That's how I got it. We have a global, we got a global scholarship for Katie, which was like $52,000.
She's only got 900 in it.
Yeah, she's only got a little over 900 left.
Is she back yet?
Oh, yeah, she's back yet?
No, I don't think she's back yet.
Oh,
I think it's next week or something.
You gotta take a month off. We're going in a different whatever.
She's done with school, but I don't think she's back from Australia yet.
Australia, wasn't going to Australia so much.
Anyway, there's a phone number there for,
She's gonna be a teacher this year, so.
We were hoping she'd get back in time that we could con her into coming to Rocket City and tell us about her experience also.
Parents down there for,
she's not gonna be that far away though. She's gonna be in the Ames area. So I'm sure we can find a date that you can come up and talk.
What's the school district? HLB? Is that where she's going?
I have no idea.
She did a video for district conference, which was awesome.
That's what I've heard.
She's a beach of a kid.
I'm sure once she gets back, we can set something up.
she did a lot for Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Started,
Make sure you make a note of that, get a hold of Katie if she can, like, I'm sure at some point, help, give us a recap.
well, she'll have to be started by the middle of August, because she got back to school.
Helen also says you're gonna give us an update on Rotary News International from the convention in Hamburg, Germany. Do you have any info on that?
Just that they have started, I think they said 1,000 new Rotaract clubs worldwide. The membership is growing in other countries, and it's diminishing in the US. And I don't know.
Leonard,
That's-
I'll tell you something, just to interject, is Leonard, like after our Rotary meeting, he goes on to what they call an e-meeting with the head guys in Scotland. So
Are they
maybe
doing it
because
from
we're
the-
not embracing the technology, like we got Leonard here on video conferencing, Zoom, which anybody in the world, if they got a cell phone or an iPad or a PC, can put it on there, and then you can have a meeting without actually having to be at a place.
They have consideration of a couple of e-clubs in our district. They have not finished putting them together yet. It's
Is that something you need to get approval for, or?
yeah, well, it has to be a chartered club, just like our clubs are. But it's just a matter of they have to get. I just can't imagine doing that without seeing people or talking with people personally. But
Right.
that's just in my mind,
But the younger people, they would have no problem with it. They do Skype, they FaceTime, they Zoom. So, and they're busier, they got jobs, they're just getting started, they might have families, so an e-club might work out for them much better.
Can I interject something here?
Sure.
Yeah, I talk to these guys every week. They are expatriates from land-based clubs that for whatever reason, like their club may have folded or they've moved or something. So these are real Rotarians. They also have a policy of inclusion. They invite anybody to take a look, but to join it, it does have to be officially Rotary. But they still like the idea that anybody can join in and talk and meet. And I don't think we see a lot of, well, there's not a lot of people anyway. It's maybe 2 screenfuls, which is way more than we've got here in Pocahontas. But I've got a work group on Facebook with their help, and then we can tie into that. So there's a lot of interesting possibilities with this for now and for the future. Sermon over.
it's
I'm just saying, if we want to, grow, we're going to have to get in with the way people operate nowadays. Because if we continue to do the way we always do, we're You see, we got 5 people sitting here, plus Leonard on the video.
You know, we had, last week, I think we had 24 at our meeting, which is half of our total membership. A little better than that. And that was a good meeting. We can do anywhere from 15 to 20 is a normal day. Everybody's busy. A lot of them are working, can't get to the meeting on Friday, but yet if we have an activity, they're always there. You know? So you can't, as long as they're paying their dues, we're not going to complain.
No, yeah, we can't complain 'cause
Yeah, but we're a service club and we're supposed to be
Yep.
doing service, right?
Well, and that's what they're, like I say, if we have a project we're working on.
They do participate.
So,
Well, maybe Emily, if we get involved in this program, might have some ideas for us to get more people involved.
I just can't say enough about her.
See, this right here, on the shelf, we're gonna have our next blood mobile. Contract is sponsored by the Pocahontas Rotary.
We do, you know, I started making a list of all the things we do, and we do quite a few things. But a lot of it doesn't bring new people in. We need to come up with projects where we need to get other people involved, and then maybe they will join Rotary. Leonard, what did Brenda say about the project at the TP?
At the TP, I think it's starting to grow some legs of its own. To get everybody caught up to speed, this started with when I had some people from Sheldon in here, that disabled people that wanted to have a picnic. They couldn't get to the picnic tables out the park. So Brenda thought that they would use some of Gary's memorial money. And she talked to me, and then there's a lot of needs out there. Now, all of you, or maybe don't know, Margot Underwood, she advises the Hometown Pride Committee. But I've also set up a foundation, and she's coming here later this afternoon to help me with that. And she's talking to Brenda today, too. I don't know that this is happening, but I see the possibility that another foundation may be created for the Princess Park where everybody can contribute and do as a big joint project for all of us. So that's, like I said, taking legs of its own. That's exciting. I want to back up a little. Service projects, that international group, there's a guy from Illinois and a woman from somewhere in Great Britain that have teamed together to make an international cookbook. And my recipe for Swedish pancakes is going to be in it. So there's worldwide service done online with nobody sitting in the same room at the same time.
For the accessibility program out at Princess Park, is that going to be volunteer work, or are we going to have?
Well, we can, or maybe we don't need to be a fiscal agent. I'll learn more today when I talk to Margot. I mean, that was one of the things I suggested last week, is that we, since we are a 501c3, they can get the tax write-off. But Margot can set that up too through the Des Moines Community Foundation. So I'll learn more.
Well, I was thinking, well, maybe you can bring it up, is that if we have volunteer work out there, we can, advertise for
Okay,
that.
I
and
talked
have
to the chamber and they already have a group set up, and this group is taking it over and they're just running with it. So apparently it's already going to be getting done. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Greg, can you point the microphone towards Lori? I can hardly hear her.
So I talked to the chamber.
Okay.
We're talking about the heritage days and stuff.
Yeah.
And we talked about not being accessible. And they told me that there's a young group that is already together. They already have the plans laid and they're running with it. So they're supposed to be getting the trails and stuff to get everything up there wheelchair accessible. And they're going to be doing it in more spots than just the teepee.
Great. Great. Don't reinvent the wheel then. Thank you, Lori.
Yeah. Also, when I went to the chamber, I asked them about the Heritage Days tent and how it's not accessible on the grass. And next year, it will be on the street again.
Good.
Is it supposed to be?
Yes.
Fine.
On Main Street or on?
I just know it's supposed to be on the street. I guess I can't tell you where, but they told me it was supposed to be same location as it used to be, so I think
I
it's
hope
gotta
it
be.
I hope it is.
I hope it is, because
Yeah,
it's a
I
lot
think they're
better.
trying to bring it back to the main street, because there's been so many complaints.
Yeah, and they didn't have anything on Main Street anyway, so it's, you know.
Right,
But then Leonard pointed out it had something to do with pounding the tents into the concrete in the street and them not fixing it and whatnot, so I don't know.
yeah, nope, they said it was coming back, they were gonna go back.
There you go, Leonard.
Good.
You want me to continue with
Yes, continue.
the international?
The Rotary, 1,000 new worldwide.
They had a whole ton of excellent speakers. They had two, this place where they had the international convention had, it was over 1 million square feet of area. They had the one room with the stage, and then they had big screens, and it was like 24,000 people there. And then they had an overflow room that had probably, well, it wasn't 24,000 in that room, it was 24,000 total.
Around, but they
So,
had like, what, TVs or
big-
something where people could
Yeah, they're
watch.
big, like movie theaters type screens, only they're facing 4 different directions in those rooms.
I see.
It was the international president, they had entertainment, they had speeches from people, you know, just like Katie, that have experienced they've reaped the harvest
Benefit
of
from what Rotary
of
can
what
offer.
Rotary does, and it was just, you know, there was times when you just couldn't stop the tears from running down your face, and some of the things that Rotary accomplishes that just can't, you just can't imagine. Anyway, and then the people that we met from everywhere in the world, you know, it's like my wife said. She said, you know, they talk about Rotary being Rotary International, but she said, until you're there and you put faces with all those people,
Then you can really
then you can relate.
relate to it.
Yeah, I mean, I was going up the escalator, and this gal from, she was over from Africa somewhere. I mean, and she was dressed in the most beautiful, colorful outfit, and she just stuck her hand out. She says, "I'm Sunshine. You know, I'd like to meet you and have my picture taken with you." And I said, "Well, I'm just Joe Blow, you know, I'm not a big," "Oh, that's a funny name." And I said, "No, that's not my name. I said, I'm just not very important in this setting." And she says, "That doesn't matter." We got our picture. I said, "Well, Sunshine, that sounds like probably not a given name." And she said, "No, but you wouldn't be able to pronounce it or spell it, so just call me Sunshine." And then she gave me her card. She worked for the State Department in that country. And, well, those are the kind of experiences. And then in the House of Friendship, there was 2 complete buildings full of booths, like the dictionary project. I think you guys participated.
Yes, we do.
in that.
We do.
The lady that originally started that dictionary project was there, sitting there, and she was handing out pins, you know, with and talking about her project and trying to draw more attention. But they had fellowships. They had the whiskey drinkers fellowship, the beer drinkers fellowship, the wine drinkers fellowship, and anybody that had any kind of project. The people from Cedar Rapids were there and talked about the Ponzetti rag group. That's Dr. Ponzetti from Iowa City builds those. It's for the clubfoot. They're braces that straighten out the clubfoot before the kids ever get old enough to walk. I mean, and they're working with other countries to get that going in their country also. But it's just amazing, all of the projects that are
Out there that you're not aware of, right?
Yeah, and we hear of some of them. But Michelle, and I don't want to steal her thunder, but she went to India and did the polio immunization day over there. And when she got back, they started talking about a reverse global grant, only we get help from some other country. And they hooked her up with somebody from India, another club from India, and they're doing a healthcare project in Northeast Iowa. And she'll tell you more about it later. I'm sure they'll probably send out emails and stuff to draw attention to it and support for it. But it's just so we've done that for years. We hook up with another country and we send our money to them. So she said, hey, we've got people that need some help here too. Let's do that. So we just got through looking through all the grants. They said we had $100,000 this year for the grant project. So they encouraged everybody to apply. They really did a good job because we had $120,000 worth of requests for $100,000. So they sent us a criteria from international, and you had to meet these criteria, and we had got so many points for each thing. And the final one was you got 25 points if your club gives to the foundation. And there was 2 clubs that put in applications, and they never give a dime to the foundation. And I felt like they were good projects, but when you take 25 points off,
They don't have a chance.
they didn't have a chance. So if you get a chance to give anything to the foundation, and you want to do this grant for next year, do whatever.
That's why I like that we put it on our bills now.
Yeah.
Because it makes it easier for me
Even-
to.
Just any kind of start is excellent. I know Dr. Dahl's is Paul Harrisfeld.
Yep.
But
3 times, I think.
yeah, but it's just it just when you start talking about 1.2 million members in the world and they're all given something,
Adds up
it's
to a
pretty
lot of money,
amazing
yeah.
how much things can be done through that foundation. And the nice part about it is very, very little of it's being spent for administration. It goes into the fund. It does not get used for 3 years. It stays there and draws interest. And then in 3 years, they
I see.
start using that money for. So they said the polio campaign, we've spent $9 billion on that since it began in 1988.
But I've heard we're switching from polio to clean water.
Well,
I think Mary mentioned that.
they're going to, try to, but polio's not done yet.
No, but it's
But it's getting to the close. It's
we're at the
getting
end of
close.
the game now.
But we don't dare give up on it because then it'll be right back here.
Where it started.
And with all the people that don't believe in, everybody's got their own opinion. But you don't believe in vaccinations, they've never seen what can happen. It's just,
It's like a measles thing that really took over there here in the United States.
Yep. I got measles, mumps, and rubella when I was a kid. So did my kids. We had to chase the one all around the house to get her to sit down, hold her down so we could give it to her. Her mother is a nurse. But anyway, and then one more thing I was going to talk to you about. As district governor-elect, I have to be in charge of the One Rotary Summit meetings that we're going to have this year. And we decided to do 3 of them, one in Cedar Rapids, one in Mason City, and one in Rockwell City. so that everybody, pretty much everybody throughout the state has an opportunity. And I highly recommend it because it talks about membership, foundation, public image, and it all comes in a 3-hour period, and we have a good meal. And
You don't have a date for that yet?
yes, October 8th is in Rockwell City.
Okay, October 8th.
In Rockwell City.
What day is that?
It's on a Tuesday night, I think.
Tuesday sometime.
I think so.
It's like, what time?
Well, it starts at 5:30. That's the eat, and then the meetings start right after that. We'll be at our library there in Rockwell City, where we are.
It's so Lori writes it down, so we have a
It's always, we'll send out, we got flyers ready to go out. Michelle's going to put it in her newsletter for August, and then we'll get started on. But that was one of the things we were in Kansas City 2 weeks ago. The whole day of Friday was spent on that. And last year, it was done very well. Michelle, she's pretty amazing. I just, she and I have become excellent friends, and she is very much, what's what I want to use, detail oriented. And she knows her stuff, and I can't even express how much she amazes me, because I'll be sitting there in the evening and I'm like vegged out in front of the television, and boom, I get an email about, hey, what do you think about this? This is, and her mind's going about Rotary.
It sounds like Leonard.
Is that like you, Leonard?
Yeah, he gets these ideas and then he shoots us out emails all the time. Hey, what do you think about this?
Well, if he's like me, I got to do it when I'm thinking about it, or I forget about it. Anyway, there's a lot of good things going on, and this Emily Tucker, I really think that she can help you. I really do, and it's not like I said, Pocahontas is a club that I think is caring and wants to do good things. They just have a little trouble with the membership, and I think she can. We haven't given up on you guys. That's why I come up here, because I love to come and visit with everybody, and I
Glad
think
to see you too.
I think you guys do a lot of good things with your blood drives and your celebration. Especially your Interact. The Interact Club is awesome.
So about 50 is kind of why they keep talking.
You just got a lot of things going on. You just need to hit
A little more people with you guys.
yeah.
All right.
And there's got to be people here. I know there is. It's just a matter of figuring them out.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for letting me talk as much as I did.
Oh, it's all right.
Unusual for you.
We've also done those clothing boxes to Nicaragua. Bikes for types,
Right, see you in
dictionaries
October.
for third graders, Bloodmobile, Ryla,
Or some.
bottles and cans, Interact.
You don't have to sell yourself to me. I believe in you all the way.
All right, Leonard, thank you for hosting.
Thank all of you too. This is wonderful. I'll
And,
put her up
we'll
on
see you
the
next
website.
week.
What's that?
I said, okay. Did you record it?
Yeah, it's been recorded, and I'll fix it up and put it on the website probably later tonight. It takes quite a while to convert it and stuff. But the other one is already up if you haven't had a chance to look at it. It looked really good too. Thanks for doing all this, guys. I really appreciate this.
All right, Leonard.
See ya.
Bye.
You leaving?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Hey, Clifford.
Bye.